What's going on, everyone? It's Joe Sky, and today we actually got another quote. Now, this is from Toph to Aang. There's no different angle, no clever solution, no trickety trick that's gonna move that rock. You gotta face it head on. When Toph was teaching Aang earthbending, he avoided the rock. He didn't face it head on. And a lot of people don't actually face their problems head on. And that's why I picked this quote because a lot of people got something to learn from this. Now, basically, this happened in chapter 2, I think it was, episode 9. It's called The Bitter Work. And basically, when don't avoid a lot of people avoid their problems. It's actually human nature. It is human nature to try and find a shortcut to a problem that is hindering them. Nobody wants to spend more on something than is necessary, but sometimes we have to suck it up and push through our issues, just as Aang did when learning earthbending. Aang did not give up when he was learning earthbending. He just had to take some time off. And basically, people avoid their problems. They try to get around it like Aang did, jumping over the rock. But you're not. You gotta face it. And that's why with time, he actually ended up going to a situation where he ended up facing a big animal thing. If it's a moose or an elk or whatever it is, he ended up fighting that thing head on. And that was good because, sometimes you can't just face something head on. Sometimes it needs to actually happen to you, right? Like a lot of people learn differently. For Aang, it had to learn from actual experience, where Sokka was in a life or death situation. You couldn't just do it regularly. Unlike airbending, which is all about finding the path of least resistance, and to be creative, earthbending is much more direct and focused. While a lesson of the show is to teach viewers how to be a balanced person, this advice from Toph definitely inspires everyone to push through when the going gets tough. Aang struggles with earthbending. It is not for him. But everybody has a weakness and everybody has something. And for Aang, overcoming this issue, basically he had to face this head on. Even though he tried to avoid it, there's no way around things in life. That's why I picked this quote. There's no way around certain things in life. You must face it head on. And a lot of people don't want to face things head on because they're afraid to, right? Because they think they're going to fail, or they don't think they're capable of actually doing it. They don't think they can actually achieve it. But when Aang did, he actually gained the respect of Toph. His Toph witnessed him overcome this. And then he earthbended. And he basically sent the rock flying, which is amazing. So how do you face things like this head on, such as fears or difficult times? Well, if you're confident within yourself, you'll do it. But if you're afraid and you don't think you could do it, and those words in your brain, your subconscious mind say you can't do it, you're going to fail, this isn't for you, you will not probably do it. Because most people can't overcome that. A lot of people just can't face things head on. Everybody has to sometimes. Some people, you know what it is? If you want to face things head on, you gotta get the experience. And if it's not the experience that is needed for you to face things head on, I mean, you really do need the experience. Aang needed the experience. He couldn't face it head on. He had to be put in the situation where it was a life or death situation. Some people need to go through those type of things. It's why people go through hard times. Because how do you face those hard times, right? You wouldn't face them. But when they start creeping up on you, you have no choice but to what? But to face it. So how do you face these hard things? Well, to face them head on, you got to have the confidence. That's what you're going to need. You need a lot of confidence. You're going to need to be, speaking positive about yourself. You have to have a positive mindset on it. And if not, and you don't face them head on, well, experience, life will help you learn and make you a stronger person so you could face these things head on. This is how you're going to get through difficult times in life. By learning, by experience, and just going with the flow. You're not going to just face everything and boom, you're going to just whatever. Sometimes it has to happen by experience. Sometimes it takes time. You can't just face everything on and get everything done immediately. Everything takes time. And sometimes, everything happens for a reason. So for you to face things head on, I would recommend having confidence. I would recommend having the experience, learn, have a little more of a positive mindset, right? Because what is making you not want to jump in the water? Let's say swimming, right? An example. If you want to swim, you got to go in the water. If you're too afraid to go deep in the water, one step at a time, 1 foot deeper each time. Sometimes take little steps. That's how you do it. You can't just jump in like everybody else. Maybe you're afraid to do that. So maybe you have to go smaller steps at a time. You have to go with your own pace. But at the end of the day, everybody's different. And if you want to face things head on, you got to have a positive mindset. You got to overcome those limiting beliefs. Whatever your mind is, whatever it is it fear? Is it, is it limited? Is the mind? Whatever it is, you got to overcome that and you got to change those thoughts. Instead of saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, right? And find out where those things come from, this I can't do it thing. What is it, right? Sometimes you have to reprogram your subconscious mind so so your brain acts a different way in these situations. It's all about rewiring your brain. If someone says you can't cook in the kitchen and you take a knife and you're trying to cut something simple as a vegetable and you're scared, right? It's because you've been told that you can't do it or a past experience wasn't good. But if you change in your brain and you say, no, I can do it. I messed up, but now I learned. Now I have the skill. Now I'm capable. Put it in your mind that you can do it and you can achieve anything. Thank you all for watching. Hit the subscribe button and like button.